You didn't know about it, Claire?
On the financial.
So, come here often?
Henry, this is my office. I'm here every day.
Hello and welcome to WUnderground's first and almost definitely last ever video segment. Today we're speaking with Chancellor Wrighton. Sorry, still getting used to that change. So we'll get right to it. I somewhat question your decision-making skills for agreeing to do this with us.
I've been questioning those all day, actually.
Okay, that's great. It's good to know that you were anxious about this. You know, I was reading up on how to interview people, and apparently a lot of talk show hosts will try to get their guests loosened up before starting the interview. So would you care for a natural light? It's tepid.
You know, I think I'm going to pass on the tepid natty light right now, but I
Okay.
appreciate you bringing one by.
Okay, you mind if I...
I do, actually.
Okay, never mind then. We'll just leave that there. I assure you it's slightly less than room temp. So let's start out with an easy question.
Okay.
Just to get nice and comfortable, warm up a little bit. Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. Nice. Just to continue getting warmed up, would you be willing to endorse a presidential candidate for us right now?
Absolutely not.
Okay, cool. I'm not voting either this year. Okay, so in all seriousness, it's no secret that you are a big proponent of free speech. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, you're teaching a course on it this semester. So how do you feel about the state of free speech on campus?
So I actually think that particularly on the Washington University campus, free speech is alive and well. It's something that's been baked into our DNA. It's something that we've really been a national leader on for decades. And the fact that this lovely publication, is here on campus is a testament to the fact that you all can say all sorts of provocative things, and it's going to be embraced by university leadership. So I think the state of free speech is a good one, which isn't to say it's uncomplicated.
Very cool. So what I'm hearing is that we have total permission to invite Ben Shapiro to speak at commencement.
Well, the good thing is you don't get to invite the commencement speaker. The board and I get to invent the commencement speaker, and I'm guessing we probably would pass on Ben.
I don't know how much of a supporter of free speech you are then. Okay, so then obviously another huge thing I'm excited about this interview is to sit down with the co-inventor of the Martin Quinn score, which for the few people at home who don't know what that is a system to rank the ideologies of Supreme Court justices. So I wanted to ask, where would you rank Justice Scalia now that he's dead?
Well, that's a good question. It turns out that the model to work actually has to have some data, and it turns out we don't have any data about Justice Scalia. So I'm not sure exactly where I would rank him. Doesn't work that way.
What about his ghost, his big spooky ghost?
I've been trying to figure out a way to understand how the spooky ghost would actually vote on the cases before the court. You could help figure that out?
Yes.
We'll put him in the model.
It's like the number one issue in political science.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Recently you announced that WashU will provide free tuition to lower income students from Missouri and Southern Illinois. So I was just wondering, why do you hate students from Chicago?
Oh, I hate students from Chicago for a whole host of reasons. No, look, I mean, the pledge is all about trying to retain the strongest talent here in the St. Louis region. We have extraordinarily generous financial aid from students for undergraduate students from around the country, including from Chicago. I suppose if there's one thing about Chicago that I hate, it's that really, really thick pizza. Of course, there's other things about Chicago that I love. Like, I'm a lifelong Chicago Bears fan, and in fact, there's a Walter Payton football right over there.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so you successfully talked your way around why you hate Chicagoans.
Correct.
So then next, we wanted to address, it's a very serious issue right now, the safety concerns in the neighborhood surrounding WashU.
Sure.
In a recent email to the WashU population, you listed some potential solutions, including, stronger neighborhood partnerships, increased WUPD presence, and whistles. So we just wanted to, as a thank you, read some of our suggestions for helping to address these safety concerns.
Bring it.
So if you wouldn't mind. 1, expelling every student who lives off campus so they're not our problem anymore. 2-factor authentication, but for wallets. arm students with whistles that are also guns, arm students with guns that are also whistles. You know what, let's cut out the middleman, just arm all students with AR-15s, gentrify neighborhoods further north, subsidize bird scooters, unsubsidized bird scooters when people start getting targeted for riding bird scooters, infiltrate the dealer, find the supplier, that's a good one, raise tuition, lower tuition, raise tuition again, do away with private property, and then lastly, something like start a 4-year construction project just to see what that does. Do you think any of those solutions might help?
You know, I would really have to dig deeply into the analysis to see which of those would be the most efficacious.
Okay.
Although I do appreciate the creative juices of our students.
Okay, yeah, we can send you the numbers. We've run them over and over.
Perfect.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
They'd really work.
That'd be awesome.
So then, last serious question before moving on to some of the sillier stuff.
Good.
I think we're all wondering, what's it like to have your last name be a first name?
It's very complicated. You don't know how many people I walk around town. It's like, oh, it's Martin Andrew. It's so nice to see you. Now I have a daughter, and when my wife was pregnant, we were trying to think about what we were going to name our kid, and I was trying to convince my wife that the right thing to do would just name him Martin. But she didn't think that was such a good idea, and it turned out we had a daughter, so she didn't get stuck with the name Martin.
Yeah, because if it was a daughter, that name would be ridiculous. They say never to meet your idols.
Yes.
What was it like meeting Chancellor Wrighton?
Oh, it was terrific. I had a chance to meet Chancellor Wrighton a couple of times when I was first a graduate student and then a faculty member here. But Mark has been such an amazing leader for this campus for such a long time. He's also an incredible dresser.
Tell us about your glasses.
Yeah. So I wear them. If I don't wear them, I can't see anything.
Can we switch?
Do you have bifocals?
No, but...
We can switch for like one question.
Switch for
but
like
then
a
they got to
second.
come back because I can't see
I'll
anything.
give them back to you right away.
Whoa. Your prescription is bad.
Damn. You really are need blind. Now, I've got a crazy hypothetical for you.
Okay.
And I know it's absurd, but please just bear with me if you wouldn't mind. If you theoretically had some absurd amount of money, like, I don't know, $7.5 billion, what would you do with it?
Well, look, if I were me, the chancellor, I would take that $7.5 billion, I'd invest it in our endowment, and I'd use that, to fund core mission of the university, at an even higher level. So more robust financial aid, more professorships, fund more of the research and patient care that we do. If it's me, the human, I'm going to go on a great vacation.
Next, could you please speak to the rumors surrounding a potential sexy chancellor calendar being released as part of an alumni fundraising effort?
Oh yeah. So no, we've been kicking this one around for a long time, and some of the alumni are really excited about it. The problem is that every time they take my picture, the camera breaks. So I'm just not sure we're ever going to be able to move this thing into production.
Just because of too much sexiness.
Totally.
Are cameras working? Well, now it's time for our pop culture speed round. We're going to give you a huge opportunity to pander to as many students as possible. So I would like to introduce my associate, Julia Birnbach.
Ready to prove your pop culture prowess and do some serious pandering?
Yeah. I'm not very. I have no prowess, and I'm not so good at pandering. So we'll see how this goes.
Okay. What are your 5 favorite Noah Centineo movies?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, Boomer. Why, in your opinion, does the Academy notoriously have trouble nominating female directors?
So you want me to mansplain this one? I'm not going to touch that question.
What Hogwarts house do you identify with?
Oh, identify with. It depends on how you define identify. Some days, Slytherin.
200 points. The newly renovated athletic complex is beautiful. How much do you lift?
Oh, it's a good question. So I think that I maxed out squatting 350, but that was about 10 years ago. I think right now the best I can do is to lift 1 olive.
Gotcha. And how much should I lift?
You should lift whatever makes you comfortable and healthy.
I must say you have a very clear complexion. What's your skincare routine like?
I wash my face occasionally.
So you're on Twitter, is that correct?
Yes.
So we noticed you haven't followed the WUnderground Twitter back. Like, is that for the ratio or like?
No, I didn't know you guys were on Twitter.
Yeah,
you got to
should
tweet
follow
at
us.
me. I'll follow
Yeah.
you back.
Fantastic.
I mean, I might mute you depending on what you say all the time, but at least I'll follow you.
We just have like a last like kind of like fun question.
Yep.
So what's your favorite fossil fuel?
Oh, that's a trick question that I'm not going to answer.
Okay, fantastic. So thank you for all of these like really fun kind of lighthearted questions. We're so excited to have you.
Good to meet you.
It's lizard time. Bring it over.
Oh, mercy.
So yeah, before we go, let's just play like a quick little game if you don't mind. Could you think of a number between 1 and 10?
Think of a number between, okay.
Do you have it? You have it?
I do it.
Okay, so if I guess this number, you pay my tuition. Ready?
Doesn't work that way.
4.
Nope.
Oh, it wasn't 4? I get 3 guesses though. 7.
Nope.
8.
Nope.
Oh, okay, damn. Well, it was worth a try.
Worth a try.
Great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to do this with us. Thank you so much for taking this hour out of your day, Chancellor Martin. We have $15 for your time. Thank you so much.
I'm good, Henry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
and
you.
it's a pleasure to meet your lizard.
Yes. Not even my lizard, just a lizard we found on the street.
Excellent.
Yes. Well, this has been WUnderground's interview of Chancellor Martin. See you next time. Would you mind writing me a law school application, by the way?
Yeah, send me your transcript. I'll give it a look. I don't know if it's going to be good or not, but I'll be happy to write
letter
it.
of rec. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. That's it.